This is Wednesday's workout. It's our MetCon 24.2. Let me tell you what's involved today. So we're starting off with a core-based Tabata. Now remember, Tabata means 20 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. We're going to go for just 4 minutes here, so it's going to be 8 rounds in total. I want you to alternate between 2 exercises. We have our dead bug to start. Now if you have your kettlebell to hand, I want you to pop it in both hands and have it up over your chest, okay, holding it up, pushing it towards the ceiling, and then I just want you to alternate the legs. Okay, if you do not have your kettlebell with you, that's no problem, just regular dead bug would suit us really well here too. So 20 seconds of that dead bug. You're then going to go into those cross body mountain climbers like we were looking at on Monday in our MetCon. However, instead of jumping them, okay, I want you to take it nice and slow, be really deliberate, and really try and focus on getting a really good crunch in the side in your obliques. Okay, so really make sure that's slow and controlled. You're going to alternate between those 2 exercises for the 8 rounds. When you're done, you're going to come into a short piece of single leg wall sit practice. So as you might remember from our testing last week, we started to think about this idea of a single leg wall sit, and I want to start to try and include this in your programming a little bit more so you can build some strength. So very simply, you're going to come to a wall sit, and then what I want you to try and do is for 10 seconds, just lift one leg off. I recommend sort of kicking the leg out and away from you. You're going to hold it for 10 seconds or as long as you can in those 10 seconds. After that 10 seconds is finished, put it down, you're going to rest for 10 seconds, and then you're going to go into the other leg, okay? Really focus on pushing that single leg, that foot, into the floor and driving into the wall. That's going to help keep you nice and stable. Your core is also really important here. Make sure you're trying to push the lower back into the wall. If you're finding you're having that one leg's really strong, one's really weak, that's really good feedback and information, so make sure you pop it in those comments so I can see, just so I can keep an eye on it as we develop over the next few weeks. So that's going to be 10 rounds, 10 seconds work, 10 seconds rest, just alternating which leg you're working on each time. Then we come to the meat of the workout, okay, this is kind of the main part today. We've got a 20-minute E2 mom. So every 2 minutes on the minute, you are going to complete a set exercise or exercises. So you can see from the description here, 0 to 2 minutes, I want you to complete a 60-second hollow hold. So 1 minute out of those 2, you're going to be trying to hold that hollow position. This might be a boat hold for some of you, where you're lying on your back, your knees are above your hips, and your hands are kind of reaching for your ankles. Okay, that's one way to do it. If you're feeling more confident, you can bring the hands up overhead, try and reach as far back as you can. And if you're feeling like you have a full hollow hold, extend those legs out, but try and make sure that lower back is pushing into the floor the whole time. The moment it starts to lift off, you're going to do damage if you hold it for too long. So scale it back down, bring the points sort of like your furthest point away, the points furthest away from your core, bring them in a bit. So either bring the hands back up or bring the legs back into that kneeling, kind of that bent position. All right, so 60-second hollow hold there for the first 2 minutes. 1 minute hollow hold, 1 minute rest. As minutes 2 to 4 come up, this is your next 2-minute block. You're going to complete 15 push-ups, followed by 20 jump lunges. Okay, so really make sure chest to the floor on those press-ups, whether you're doing full press-ups or knees press-ups, I want to make sure you get that full range of motion, pushing the floor away. Once you've done those, jump up straight into those 20 jump lunges, which can of course be exchanged for reverse lunges if you've got any problems with your knees. Once you've done that, rest for the rest of the 2 minutes. The next 2-minute block, 4 to 6, is just going to be 60 seconds max bodyweight squats. So very similar to the first block. Okay, I just want you to work for 1 minute on your bodyweight squats, accumulating as much volume as you can. You then get that 1 minute to rest. And then we're into 6 to 8, minutes 6 to 8, we have 20 burpees, okay? So probably this is going to take you around a minute, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit shorter, depending where you are with your fitness at the moment. So just try and chase those reps, stay consistent and knock those out. You'll be able to rest for the rest of those 2 minutes. The last 2-minute block, 8 to 10 minutes, is made up of 3 exercises, all focused on our upper body and our shoulders. We've got 5 banded pull-aparts. Okay, we're then going to come into those 10 banded bent over rows. So in that hinge position, rowing the band up towards our hips, elbows tucked nicely tight to our body, and then 15 banded overhead presses. Okay, so I want you to try and get into those exercises as quick as possible, get as much flow as you can. Once you're done with that block, you can rest for the rest of those 2 minutes. So far we've done 10 minutes of work. In order to get to 20, I simply want you to double, do those 5 rounds of 2 minutes again. Okay, so it's 2 rounds of those 5 rounds. I hope that, of those 5 2-minute blocks, I hope that makes sense. It's probably clearer on the text than it is on video. This is a really nice one. There's lots of opportunities obviously to catch your breath, but when you're working, the work's quite intense, so I find it's quite a nice balance. Enjoy it, let me know how you get on, and I'll see you at the next Strong Live.